What's good, everyone? It's Zigzag here. Welcome back to another GeoGuessr video. Today we are back on the road to #1 in the world. We're currently seated at 155th in the world, and we had a really good episode last time, gaining 20 points in that last duel. Let's just see how we can go today and see if we can move up a little bit further towards where we were a few weeks ago before the new map was introduced. First opponent is from Curacao, interestingly, and we look to be in Turkey somewhere here. So slightly lower rated opponent. I would tend to guess a little bit more quickly here. Do we have the place name? Probably that is a place name. Don't recognize it. Vibes-wise, probably more Western Turkey for my money, but maybe just kind of this area would seem to work quite well, because we are relatively flat here. Okay, I mean, was just Kayseri there, so not the best guess from us. I think if I had have actually moved a few frames and saw that it was like very winterish, almost like snow coverage, then I could have gone Kayseri, because it's famous for having that, but that's okay. Next one here is Europe again. Well, that last one was Asia, technically, I guess. And now, this is interesting architecture, all this brick stuff. So I'm going to move to some... Okay, it's just northern Spain there. We saw Calle for the place, for the street name. So, yeah, should just be Spain. Not entirely sure where. Feels kind of central. But whenever I see... I'm going to go here. Whenever I see a lot of brick buildings, it tends to be this north section. So I feel like that is a good guess, despite the fact that it is very dry looking. And it was just kind of, yeah, in that kind of north central section there. Opponent also gets the same vibe, so 127 points for us. Not a bad result. Okay, next round here should be like Argentina. Should be pretty northern, so I think I'll just guess here immediately. Yeah, we got like Paraguay palms, so I'll explain in a second here just after I've made my guess. So in case you guys didn't know, these like very shaggy looking palms, and I think there's even a better example here, like this one maybe. They're very much found near the Paraguay border, both in Brazil, Bolivia, and Argentina. And we weren't that close to Paraguay here, but it does help you get the north vibe, and we do almost 1,000 points damage there, so that's a good result. Maybe I should have looked for some mountains, because we probably would have been able to see them at that distance, which is obviously a great help in Argentina. Okay, this one is Peru, should be fairly southern. This kind of green between very dry mountains is often found in this kind of area here, so I'm gonna choose this one, but it can be any of these kind of valleys here. It can also be other places, maybe up towards Ica Nazca, but I don't think it's going to be the north section, which is obviously good for us. So, I mean, ooh, 3 kilometers away, we got the right valley there. That's a nice guess, and our opponent gets a nice plonk as well, so unfortunately not much damage. But imagine if we went north, we would have been absolutely rolling in points there. Next one is 1.5 times damage in Brazil. We got the white car, interesting. Paraguay palms again here, so maybe like thinking Rio Grande do Sul. But obviously we look for a phone number here, 63, so yeah, 6 is over here, 63. Yeah, that makes sense for Rio Grande do Sul or Goiás, so I'm just gonna go there. Should be a fine enough guess. I mean, we saw Paraguay palms again here, so these shaggy ones. So yeah, I feel like this is a good guess, but we'll see. So yeah, in Brazil it goes 6, 7, 8, 9. That's the most important to remember, and then the lower numbers are down here. And okay, what's Tocantins? Interesting. Oh, 6-3. Man, I didn't know that. So Tocantins is the whole state is 6-3. So opponent does the same thing as me. Good guesses from the opponent so far. I mean, definitely like making similar guesses based on similar logic to me. So yeah, okay, this is a Maranhão pole top. I'm gonna go straight for it here. It feels like maybe this area here to me, something northern Maranhão, just because of the sandiness. But it is very dead, so maybe it's just central. Anyway, this pole top, very common in Maranhão, this kind of trident one. Yeah, and then the rest of the round with like these short trees. Okay, opponent getting a really nice guess as well. These kind of short trees everywhere, quite typical of Maranhão, and that's 1,000 points at double damage, so it's exactly even here. Here we have the Kenya Guuka, but without the snorkel, so more common west. I think I'm just going to plonk it west here and see if our opponent knows. Should be a fairly easy west anyway, just with the corn and the kind of, yeah, middle-sized hills with red dirt, but we'll see. Maybe the opponent goes near Nairobi if we put the pressure on like this, which would obviously be nice damage if they do. Maybe Nakuru is also possible here though, so we'll see. And okay, it was pretty western. Opponent goes closer to Nairobi, so that's going to be a decent amount of damage there, 635, can't complain. Kenya is pretty small, especially in like the place where you normally get like that kind of central valley, so yeah. Okay, next one here, we should be somewhere in Austria. It's winter coverage. Do we see a place name here? Not really there. I just want to see, because, you know, we know both players know it's Austria, so I just want to see if I can get any advantage here by looking at this. Maybe the bus stop here or something like that could be useful. I mean, looking at the mountains, they are pretty big, but they're also kind of wide apart, so it kind of gives me conflicting information here, I would say. Also the winteriness of it. The whole thing does make me want to go further west here. like Innsbruck area maybe, but I kind of want to go all the way west, which is obviously pretty dangerous if we're wrong. And some of these houses look quite Italian almost, so yeah, I think I do want to go like maybe this is just a fine guess. I think let's just go there. It could easily be the east of the country, which would suck, but ultimately at 3 times damage, we don't have to worry too much, so I think it's okay. And hopefully he didn't find any sign in the time I was waffling about there, but in the green, yeah, I think it's still a fine guess. We'll see here. And okay, it was just further towards, you know, these cities Zell I've been to. So yeah, just 250 points there, similar guesses. Like very similar guesses the whole duel so far, so impressive stuff from him. Okay, this one's Ireland with the yellow outer dashes. That's the only country where you really find that commonly. And vibes-wise, we got a guy chilling on the bridge, on the wall there. Vibes-wise, I would say I would go central here. I don't think I get like a particular south vibe. Let's just see what central's like. Yeah, it was kind of central towards Dublin. Man, oh man, we've been making similar guesses here. We got to send him a laughing emoji. What is going on? Very nicely played by him so far. Oh no, we got Trekker in Canada. Now, can I work it out? Oh no, it's Greenland. Okay, that's worse than Canada would have been, to be honest. Let's just see if I can make anything out here. Okay, this car is something, bro. It's pretty northern here, I think, with the kind of rocky vibe. No trees, not much grass. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we can also maybe vibe it out a little bit in terms of the like landscape here. I think I would just guess like that though, because we look north and we see a good amount of like stuff going on, so that's kind of interesting. I think I just have to hedge at middle, but it does seem now. Can we actually get the coast here? That would actually be the most useful, I guess. So coast does kind of seem to be all sides of us, which is interesting. What if it said the place name here? I'm sure it doesn't, but it would be sick if it did. Okay, let's go around the building here. I don't mind it. S plus G, Gatu. Yeah, I don't think anything's useful here, unfortunately. Ooh, what does this say? No entrance. Yep. Okay, interesting that it's got German, and yeah, German, maybe even, what's that there? Adgang Verbot. Maybe it's, like Danish first, I guess, yeah. Okay, we don't see anything here. This is not useful. I just don't know if I'd trust the north vibe here. It could even be something over there, but no, I think West Coast is better here. I'm just like kind of very unsure about how far north or south to put it. I will actually hedge it like this. That's fine, I think. And okay, it was eastern there. Tasselak has that car. Okay, I mean, I should really learn them. I just don't really have a strong desire to, because I find Greenland Trekkers a bit boring, but you know, ultimately they also do appear on a Community World, so I should really learn them. Okay, this one should be somewhere in Slovakia, I imagine. It really does feel Slovakian to me. Green, yeah, this is the Slovakian font and everything like that here. So I would imagine that further towards Poprad or something like that would work nicely here. Let's just go there. It's definitely that kind of like a high Tatras mountains area on the Polish border for sure. I mean, I really do expect that. And our opponent will probably guess the same place, because these are like, you know, it feels very alpine, quite touristy, so yeah. And indeed it was there, just kind of in towards the mountains, quite a cool road, honestly. And our opponent goes Poprad, so we're still slightly out hedging him many times here, but really nicely played, I must say. Like, definitely one of the opponents with the most impressive performance for someone who's a bit lower rated on the border here. Okay, this antenna should mean we're somewhere nearish to Moscow, and it's interesting though, like the round gives me mixed vibes. Like, it should be pretty northern. I'm looking for like wildflowers. We do have some wildflowers here indeed. So yeah, I would kind of think like Tver or like Novgorod oblasts here. So maybe Novgorod could work quite nicely here. Vologda, I'll just go this kind of area. I really think it's going to be somewhere near there. Our opponent should get it. Like, I do think the vibes do add up for that area, but obviously we can just win here if our guess is correct. And oh no, we had place names, although they're pretty small, so that's okay. I don't think we made a big mistake by not looking for any signs here. And okay, it was just Pskov there. Opponent, yeah, I kind of expected that. Got the vibe. Still 5 times damage. Man, if I just clicked my first vibe in Tver or Novgorod, then we would have won, but that's okay. Next one here, 5.5 times damage, and we are looking at maybe some Lux here, I would say. Lux should be fine. And we just go in case he kind of thought it might be Hungary or something like that, but this should be Luxembourg with this like kind of brick wall. Don't really think you'd expect to see that in Hungary. And of course, these rounds will be getting very difficult as soon as Germany's added because they have the same bollards. But yeah, I mean, this was even on the border of Germany there. So again, 66 points of damage. I mean, we have to say we've played nicely here. It's no complaints about our gameplay. It's just been a solid performance from our opponent too. This I would expect to see to be Poland, but it's actually going to be Denmark with these bollards. Vibes-wise now, I often like to click up near towards Aarhus when we have winter, so I think I'll just try it. 6 times damage, obviously. If it's Copenhagen and he goes there, then we're in trouble. I expect him to go Odense, and probably both of us will survive regardless of the outcome here. And it was Northern there, so that's, I mean, we could have clicked Randers and we may have won there. Instead, it's 1,000 points of damage, so that's good. That's good. And he did click on Denmark. No! Oh my gosh, this is, it's Greenland again. And the vibes are very similar. This is, though, a different car. And we have a lot of houses here. So, again, I'm going to try to get any kind of a vibe that I can here. Although I feel like, okay, this is really, it's really showing me up for not knowing this info, isn't it? This is literally just random. Okay, we have Ocean North. Oh no, is that Hills North? I don't know. Let's go back to the start here. So let's actually try and get the vibe of the ocean direction here, I guess. Like, I don't know. Okay, we'll go down this road. We may be able to find a town name here or something. I mean, vibes-wise, I think we go pretty central. Yeah. So I think it's West Coast. I think so. Huh. Go like that, maybe? I feel like we just go like this. I think it's okay. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. Oh, he gets the town. Impressive stuff. So that should... It's knockout damage almost. Yeah, 2.4k, great. Okay, the hedge pays off. We're still in it. That's good, that's good, that's good. And now we have a bit of... Is it Australia, finally? Yeah, it is Australia, I think. Yeah? So, yeah, it is. And this kind of landscape, you definitely go Tasmania. And I would say not too far from Burnie, like Penguin or Wynyard area. Probably Penguin's fine. This probably will be the end of the game at 7 times damage on Australia. But it's also possible that he knows his Tasmanian poles and that he guesses the exact same spot, so we'll see soon enough. And indeed it was, even further west there. We take the win. What an epic duel. 16 rounds, but literally everything was competitive there. That was really impressive stuff. For 6 points, this guy's absolutely done a fantastic job. I mean, for 700 games played, that is an incredible duel. I would almost think that's a second account, but looks like he's played every game mode quite a bit, so I'm not sure. Regardless, let's get into a second game here and see if we can gain some more points. We're back above 1400, which is great. Next opponent is pretty high rated, even got a higher rated border around his head than I do, so could be an interesting one. Here we have some Mallee eucalyptus. Is this South Australia? I think it is South Australia, but it could be northwestern Victoria as well. So let's check out the signposts here. These are the flat South Australian ones, and I would almost say that this was on the Eyre Peninsula, actually, which is interesting. It's like Eyre Peninsula or maybe out this direction, but yeah, it's actually not, this is not a simple round. I think I will go Eyre Peninsula here. Let's find out if it's correct or not. And okay, it was Eyre Peninsula, great. That's exactly what I like to see. Honestly, not a bad vibe from our opponent there. But yeah, it does pay off. And I probably could have even read town names there because I do know South Australian town names relatively well. Next one here should be like Norway, I imagine, with that architecture. Let's check out what we got going on here. Maybe it's Sweden as well. Would like to be able to read that sign, although it's disappeared in Generation 2, unfortunate. Okay, that was the sign there. So what language is that? Flanderborg. Still thinking it's... This is really confusing around. I still think it's Norway. Maybe near Trondheim or something like that, because we were in Generation 3 just then. That's a yellow field in sign, but I still think it might be Norway. So I'm looking for like a service vehicle with like a green field in sign. Yeah, interesting. Okay. Okay, so we have some bands over here. Surely these are... Yeah. Okay, so in which case, I'm going to go near Trondheim. I think it's fine. Opponent should have probably been able to get to enough clues to like these yellow roadlands to work out that it is Norway, but that whole suburb was kind of confusing. So if you took the wrong turn, it is possible that he might have thought it's Sweden or something. So we'll see here. Okay, it was just near Trondheim there. Very good. Opponent goes a bit further north. Definitely considered that kind of area as well, but 500 points is good. So I can't say I'm playing too badly today. Obviously don't want to like speak too soon because all of a sudden you can lose 30 points in this, but yeah, I like it. I like it so far. Okay, next one here. Tivoli. Tivoli Freihaden. Interesting. I think it's Belgium, but what's this sign? Is it actually a Danish sign? I think it is, yeah. Okay, so winterish stuff. I think we'll try my tactic again here, seeing as how it's normally come through for us. I guess I just wanted to confirm, number plates wise, we have a yellow plate there, but that's on a service vehicle, so yeah, we should be good here. I was kind of considering still like Luxembourg, which sometimes has similar signage, but obviously, oh yeah, Aarhus winter coverage meta is actually so real, and we again, like, these guys not making bad guesses, but we just keep on getting close, which is beautiful. Next one here is Russia. Okay, let's use our antenna metas and see what we got going on here. This is fairly generic looking one, I think. That's okay though. Vibes wise, I would say it should be fairly south. I'm looking for a birch tree. I don't think we see any birch trees here, so oh, that's a birch actually. So yeah, should be south of Moscow, but north of a bunch of other stuff, I would imagine. That's all the way south. And I'll just see on the antenna again here. Yeah, so I would probably just take this, like, maybe like Ryazan, Tula area here. This kind of area here should work. Lipetsk is actually decent as well, I think. So we'll find out soon enough. I think it's a good guess. I would imagine that he might go quite south here, but we did, I believe, see a few birches. Like, this is definitely birches, so it shouldn't be in that South Russia area where you basically don't get birches growing at all. And it was actually in Voronezh there. He actually goes further north rather than further south, interestingly. It's another good guess, taking him down to half health here, so, man, it's just been a real nice game for me so far, but it's all pre-multis that we had our nice guesses, so now things get a little bit more difficult. This should not be too far from Phnom Penh. I think I can just put the pressure on here, go this kind of area. By the way, the quality of rounds today has been so much better than normal world map. Even though we had 2 Greenlands, even with that, I've still been enjoying it like so much more. So it's a great change. I have to applaud the devs for finally making it. Okay, next one here, double damage. We got places Dawson City and Carmax and Whitehorse. That's all in Yukon, Canada here. So let's check it out here. We're on the number 2. I mean, we should probably go pretty quickly here, but Dawson City's on this one, isn't it? I think, yeah, Dawson City's up there. Now, they're both, like, Whitehorse and Carmax is, like, ooh, interesting. So, where's Carmax? That's what I really need to work out here. Because it should be, like, nearby, I imagine. But we're on the number 2, right? So, are we actually, no, but we're in Canada. So, I'm actually kind of confused here where we are. The 2 and the, okay, that's the 2. Yeah. I don't know why this is giving me such trouble. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of like Dawson City is to our north, so that would make sense. Carmax, okay, there we are, finally. Okay, so if they were the same direction, right? Carmax and Whitehorse were the same direction. Let's go Minto here. Then I feel like that's fine. Okay, was over here. Opponent gets the 5k. Not too bad. Did it actually say the 4 somewhere? Maybe, but okay, we're not too far anyway. Was just right near Carmax. That makes sense because it was a really small town, so to have it show up would probably suggest that it's really small. This is Melbourne. Yep, I would say so, unless it's somehow like Auckland or something. But no, this is definitely Melbourne. And southeastern suburbs, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I mean, we're just like looking at the city to our east here. So yeah, I guess we just guess right there. Gosh, if I'm wrong about this, I'm going to be a bit depressed, but I'm pretty sure we're just like standing right here or something like that. Yeah, so kind of interesting one. .au, there we go. Because like Melbourne and Auckland can look pretty similar to one another because they have big skylines, and I don't know, we have like a classic Melbourne tram here, so we're 100% correct. We are absolutely fine here. Let's see if he knows the city. And does he get the 5k? No, he doesn't guess. Okay, interesting stuff. So GG to the opponent. To be honest, we did deserve the win, so I'm happy that that came, even if it was like that. We get 13 points here, so we are actually moving up really quickly once again here. Since the new PC, all the games have been rather good. Next one against Cheddarman, who is quite a good player, also like a Brazil expert, I believe. So good luck to our friend Cheddarman here. Let's see what goes on. First round should be somewhere in Bolivia, I imagine. And it's pretty dry here, so just trying to see Bolivia. Do we have a place name here? Not really. What does that say actually? Yeah, not really too useful, I think. Reddish soil. We're either like up towards La Paz or just probably more towards Potosi Sucre. I think I might prefer Sucre here actually. Might just go for that, but it's somewhere in this central region. Could be Oru as well, but I think the guess is fine. Actually, we have the nipple tops on the poles, so I think that Cochabamba doesn't have them. I think Sucre doesn't either, so maybe Potosi, maybe Oru area. We'll see what it actually is here, and it was Potosi indeed. Could have had a nicer guess, but that's okay. We're still fine. 68 points of damage. Yeah, just kind of a middle hedge from our opponent there. This one's going to be somewhere in Norway. We got long outer dashes here and the black and yellow chevron. Great tips for Norway. Vibes-wise here, I think it is actually further south, although I just want to get a better idea for the trees here. So, like, yeah, I mean, we could actually go for a sign here, potentially. Okay, so that is kind of west coast here, which obviously you always see in Norway. It's just like, it is quite a lot of thin trees, so I am kind of considering further north here. Now, these are all very thin, so yeah, I would go further north here. It could also just be that we're high altitude, but we see the water and it's not too far from us here, so I'm thinking maybe towards Narvik or something like that. Drag or something like that. Drag area looks kind of similar, so I'll go for it. Hopefully this isn't deep south, which is always possible in Norway. It is actually a difficult country. I mean, these plantations here could be a bit further south because they're quite tall, but then I'm just looking at all the rest of the trees looking quite gnarly and small, so I think we're right. And okay, we'll just kind of further towards this stuff here. Not a bad guess, honestly. Pre-multis, I can't complain. That's absolutely fine. Good guess from Cheddarman though. Next one here is Aussie. I think we should go really quickly, try and nail in our advantage here. He's crying in the emotes here. We've got the no stopping signs, which are the Sydney ones, so let's go straight for it. Not Sydney only, but actually all over New South Wales. And this might not be Sydney, actually. I should have looked around a little bit more because this is almost something not Sydney. Although it actually, no, we're coming out to a big highway here. Yeah. It kind of like gave you rural vibes, but then coming out to a big highway like this wouldn't really be expected, you know, in a smaller town out here. So kind of had to be. Next one here, we've got Java roofs. So like tiled roofs on all these buildings. So it should be somewhere in Indo, maybe Java. I mean, it says Jaya there, which may be similar, may indicate that we're there. I don't know. So trying to go for extra clues here. We have the car with the antenna, which is common in Java. I kind of got a bit of a Madura vibe here. Without any poles, I might just go for that. I don't mind it. Madura Island? Why not? But regardless, we should be somewhere nearby. Like kind of this wet, like I think it was more eastern half of Java vibes anyway. So I think it's a good guess. We'll see soon enough. Java is pretty big, so we can gain some points here, especially if our opponent like makes a bad guess somehow. And where is it? Okay, well, it's just in East Java there, right on the border. I wonder if he found a pole or if it's just a vibe guess, but regardless, was the east half of Java, so that's fine. Not a bad guess. Next one here, we've got Queensland again. So not really my favorite place to guess, but I'm getting like a more of a southern Queensland vibe here. Got a lot of like purple flowers, which you often tend to find near the border, in my opinion. And then, yeah, I don't know, just kind of like flat vibe. Not too much going on. Here's a little meta. These kind of numbers on the bottom of street signs are a very Queensland thing to do. Also, South Australia has them too. So I don't know. I think I'm just going to prevent him from finding any place names here. We're going to go Roma. I think it's a good guess, honestly. I think it's like anywhere between Emerald and Roma up to Charleville, Miles, that kind of area here, all the way down to the border. So yeah, I mean, we're going to be close enough here to survive, regardless of whatever happens. But kind of curious to see where Cheddarman goes. And it was indeed in Miles, and our opponent, yeah, guessing near Rockhampton. Not a bad guess, but 800 points for us puts us back in the lead. Okay, next round here. Double damage in Kyrgyzstan, I imagine. Could be Russia, I guess, still. Okay, let's check the mirror here. It's the normal mirror. Do we have any, like, smudges on the car? Not really. Okay, not really seeing anything here. Although I do see some smudges maybe on the very back, which would probably... I mean, it's very dry here. But also snowy. I actually don't know exactly where this is, to be honest. It does pay, of course, to check the car and everything. I think it could be, like, around here. Because you often get this kind of landscape there. I think that's actually good. The bigger mountains were to our north. We do have snowy mountains to our south. I'm just going to go there. Let's just hedge it. Should be fine. And it was down near Narin. Yeah, I think that car with those smudges kind of goes all around this area, so it's not particularly useful, I guess. 2.5 times damage here. Brazilian kind of vibe, I suppose. And no, it's going to be somewhere in Colombia, I guess. Is that the black Colombian car? I imagine it is. And so what is this vibe then? Very strange because it's so dry and yet weird feeling for sure. So am I even completely wrong? It should be the black car, so we should be somewhere in Colombia. And yeah, I don't know what is with this dryness, actually. It's kind of confusing me. I'm not really sure if even moving is going to help me too much here because it's basically about finding a place name. So let's get onto the map and think about where it actually makes sense. So there's a bit of dryness there. There's obviously dryness north. But is it really like northern hills? I didn't think so. I think it's actually more just central. I'm going to try that. I'm going to try like central southern here. I don't know. It kind of feels more like a Bolivian. I mean, more like an Ecuadorian dryness, maybe. Okay, it was north, damn it. Okay, that makes sense, though, being right next to Venezuela. Huge damage here, 2.7k. Yeah, no good, no good, no good. But okay, moving on to Canada here, or US. US maybe, probably. And what do we have? I think we should go quickly here. So let's get to a plate. Let's get to a plate. We have France here. Okay, that's an interesting plate. What is that one again? That light blue? It's not Arizona, is it? Could be Arizona or Nevada or something. That's not... what is that? Blue and red and white. And this one, nothing. Interesting. And this one, oh, maybe it's a Idaho plate? I think these are Idaho plates. I'm gonna go for that. Oh, does it say on this truck actually? No. I'm gonna... where are the mountains, by the way? Bigger mountains to the east there. Let's go Boise. Let's go Boise area here in Idaho. I think it's correct. I think so. I think I identified that those are Idaho plates. Coming out to the road here, not much info. Big mountains though. I don't think it's Colorado plates. I don't think it's Utah. Maybe. Wyoming and Montana? Okay, it was Utah. Yeah, Utah does make sense. That's going to be knockout damage, I think. Yeah. So GG's to Chenaman there, just simply better on this occasion. Not exactly a surprise because Chenaman is a very strong player, but to be honest, I don't really know if I would have done too much different there, so yeah, just kind of outplayed on this occasion. That's okay. Next opponent's pretty high rated again. Is this the same guy as last time? I forget. Oh yeah, it is. So let's see if we can take the dub here. This is New Zealand. North or South Island is actually not completely obvious to me yet. Let's see if we see any info here. Marlborough. I know where that is, so let's go straight for Marlborough here and guess, because it is here, right? Marlborough wine region, I thought. I'm going. I'm pretty sure it is around here anyway. Okay, it was here. Okay, well, that's fine. I guess this whole region is called Marlborough. I think, like, a bunch of these... Yeah, Marlborough, might have 10. Yeah, so we were in the right area there. That's fine. Next one here should be somewhere in the UK, I imagine. Let's see what we got going on at this intersection over here. So, yeah, it's interesting place names, isn't it? Almost doesn't feel British. So, could we be in Ireland instead? We have a yellow rear plate, so I guess this has to be Welsh language, right? Brechin Aberlemo. Yeah, it should just be. It should just be. I'm not really going to search for the place names, I think, but I think language-wise we are correct. I would assume, unless it's like Scots or maybe even Northern Irish, but I thought it felt more Welsh. And houses, yeah, this wall feels Welsh as well, so I like it. Probably Northern Wales or something. Oh, it was? Okay. It was actually Scots language. That's interesting to me. Fortunately, it happens before the Maltese, so that's definitely something we can be happy about. Let's head through to the next round here. Looking like USA, so let's see what's going on. Anything there? No, not really. Plate is nothing. Okay, so vibes-wise, I would say East Coast is feeling good here. Could even be Canada still. Don't counter that out. So let's check out what this sign says here. 40 tons. So is that more Canadian? Do they use tons in the US? Interesting. Well, it would have to be right on the border if it's Canada. Plus, the double yellow lines make me think it should be US. I just don't know if they use tons, because that's metric, no? So, kind of confusing. Okay, let's see. We should have a flag at one of these houses. Okay, we got like a Trump flag there, so yeah, it should be US. Okay, and then vibes-wise, maybe a bit further south then. Maybe like, Carolinas, or what about the plate there? It's a bit blue. Again, a bit blue. Okay, let's check out the front plate here and then we'll make our guess. Just one more click over here. Okay, just one more again. And, yeah, not too much. Actually, plates have been relatively unhelpful here. We got lots of, yeah, I think like North Carolina's fine here. Maybe even heading towards the Appalachians, just because we do see something a little bit to our east there, west, sorry. But what I was going to say, yeah, we do have some southern pines here. The pines, and kind of mixed with a lot of non-pines, do make me feel decent about the guess. Although, yeah, we got chimneys, like, it should be getting relatively cold sometimes. Tennessee it was. I thought we had front plates. Tennessee doesn't have front plates, so that's interesting. But yeah, ultimately, does make sense. Outskirts of the Appalachians. Yeah, okay, next one here is just Bulgaria. I think I might just insta-guess here because I'm relatively confident on it. We have a Bulgarian flag even, so let's just go like this and call it a day. Bulgaria is relatively small. Low damage is available here, and if our opponent goes the wrong direction, they may miss it, so that's why it's good to go quickly on a round like this, I would say. BG flags everywhere, so yeah, there's no chance that he doesn't get this. And it was right on the border there. Interestingly hilly for a border location, but it's kind of like the hills that you get near a river sometimes. I forget what the, the embankments, I forget what the technical term for them is, but yeah, okay, next one here should be somewhere in Japan. We've got snow poles everywhere. These feel a bit further north. We've also got Tohoku plates, I believe. Now, I made the mistake last time when we saw 2 of these by not going further south. So let me just actually get an idea here. Do we have any ones? This is a northern guy wire as well. Might have to hedge a bit though. It's definitely Tohoku ones, I thought. Oh, but it's 2 going across here. So yeah, we go Niigata here. We go Niigata, that's fine. Actually, vibes-wise, I think Niigata's good. And it was indeed Toyama there. So yeah, Toyama, and those ones should be using all horizontal ones. So yeah, I don't know. I get them confused, but it just felt northern with so many snow poles. So I already was biased towards north there. Anyway, next one here, we've got some ancient stuff in France here. Sebastien. Where do we go? I think it's further north here. But look at these white buildings. It's interesting. I might just go Paris, to be honest. It kind of feels a bit Parisian, doesn't it? But it could also... Ooh, look at these. Okay, that's a eucalyptus tree. Never mind. We're going south here. And white buildings like this. I don't know. I feel like you sometimes see that around this area here. That would be risky, but I don't mind it. I'm gonna try it, guys. Bordeaux area. I feel like it. Just this gum tree. What the heck is it doing here if it's north? We just have to be south, right? I think so. I should have checked the... Yeah. I don't know. Like, maybe it is further towards Montpellier. Oh my goodness. Guess the 5K? How is that gum tree? They're normally grown like in Portugal and stuff. Oh my gosh. Okay. Wow. Okay. Never mind. Next one here is Korea. Obviously we suck at Korea on this channel, so let's just see if we can identify the city and bounce. Interesting. We had a fairly useful looking thumbnail. I mean, URL here, but it's not giving me the place, I think. Yongwol, Gangwon. Okay, intersection here. I think we shouldn't let him get it. Honestly, we should probably just go. In which case, I'm going to click middle of the country because I don't know where this is. Yeah, let's go middle of Korea here. And it was actually paying off this time because he goes... Oh, that was actually... it wasn't the name of the town, but it was a smaller one that I'd never heard of anyway. So that's fine. Middle click works out nicely. Okay, next one here, taxi. And we have what appears to be Finnish language. Yeah. And Tampere. Okay, nice. Sometimes just looking a little bit at the first thing you see is very advantageous, and this says Tampere. So yeah, we are going to be there, and our opponent hopefully will not 5k, because if he goes down this direction where it looked like there was more info, then he won't see that. But, well, actually no, there's info there. Okay, it was Tampere, of course, and it's not going to be too much damage, although, nothing to be sniffed at there, because that's decent. Next one here, 3.5, and we are in Eastern Europe, I would say. Very patchy road here. It's Generation 4. Should be somewhere in Bulgaria, I imagine, but I just want to go for some info. Oh, it's Generation 3. Okay. So, in which case, then North Mass. And we had a Bulgarian house, so let's go this direction here. Actually, I think it's good. I think it is, like, very east here. So, yeah. I mean, we'll see soon enough. But it doesn't really feel... Normally when it's west coast, or west side of the country, it feels Albanian to me, just, like, vibes-wise, and... Yeah, it wasn't. And our opponent goes in Serbia, so that's good for us. Must have missed the bollard, and again, 1,000 damage. So bring it back into the balance here after our terrible France guess. This one is going to be somewhere in where? We've got some Ecuadorian bollards here, and I would say this is just Quito area. Baños and Cotalo should be findable, I imagine. So, just looking there. So Baños Cotalo. Don't see it anywhere. These are probably small places. I just wanted to confirm. And I don't confirm anything here. So, southern Quito hedge here. Where are the big mountains here? We got a big valley down there to our north. Yeah, it's a bit concerning, I could say. I could also see it being Ambato. So let's just quickly check there. Baños. Don't see it. I'm gonna go. Maybe even Cuenca. Oh no, it's Cuenca. I should have checked that first. If he gets it, if he nails it, if he 5Ks, then we lose. But surely he doesn't check it. I mean, it's a pretty difficult round, I think. We'll see. He goes. Oh, it was Ambato instead. It's not enough to knock us out, though. Okay, I was kind of underestimating. Okay, it wasn't near Cuenca. That's great. I would have gone further away anyway, so we can be very happy that we didn't look for that. Let's see here if we move. I'm gonna send a question mark emoji. I'm gonna refresh the page. Is this actually just loading incorrectly? Okay, do I have blink mode enabled somehow? No? Okay. What's going on here? Why did that like flash up for a second there? Hopefully he hasn't guessed. I don't really see. Okay, we are in Kenya. I don't know if this is dirty or if he's seen anything. I guess I actually will just like send him an emoji to like say like, do you see anything? But he's guessed. Okay, it's fair game now. And we have the things that would put us near Nairobi. Please just, okay, we need to get our marker down here because like clearly it's like glitched out. Okay, we're good. Yeah, near Nairobi should be good actually here, just with the last few seconds of looking. And, okay, well, it's further north. Actually, yeah, I kind of got that vibe as well. I think if we looked further, we would have been fine. And we're still holding on here, still holding on. Okay, maybe one of the last rounds here, we're looking at some, is it Luxembourgish? No, it's actually, okay, we got French language in Switzerland here. We can just go, right? It's fairly hilly, but nothing crazy. I think I would go there and call it a day, just being in that French sector. And I mean, there's just no chance he doesn't get this right. So it's going to be another round going to the total. We just have to hope he doesn't 5k somehow, finds a town or something like that. But yeah, internet is kind of giving out a little bit here. This is mildly concerning, though we managed to get closer anyway, which is very pleasing indeed. So up to 6 times damage, 5.5 times damage. It's really hard to get through games now on these episodes because people are so good. Anyway, we got a blurred antenna here. Interesting. So trying to get the vibe here. We see a lot of pines. Trying to like see if we see any birches because that will help us decide whether we go south or not here. I think this is actually further north. We got lots of well, that's interesting. And we got lots of sunflowers here, which is kind of like a central south thing, like near Ukraine, but often a bit further north as well. And yeah, I think it is rather hilly here as well. I just wanted to see one birch, but unfortunately the internet is really not going to get us too much closer this direction, I think. Okay, I just want to see one birch, please. And it's surely too hilly to be deep south. Just show us a birch. Show us a birch, please. Where are these birches at? Yo, where the birches at? Do I see any? I don't think I did yet. I don't think I saw a single one. What about this view here? Again, none. So yeah, I think I'll actually continue for more info here because I feel like it is kind of essential to find out whether we are deep south here because obviously we lose if we are. I don't think I would go deep south. I think still the trees give me more of a north vibe, but we do have a big sign here, so let's just see if that's anything useful. It's not, okay. And now we have pipes everywhere. That is a bit of a south meta, and still not a single birch in sight. I feel like we're really unlucky. If this is much further north, surely you would see at least some. So do you guess south here? What about this sign? It's not going to be useful either, is it? Yeah, no. Zuzievo. Oh man, it's really concerning. What about this interesting bus stop? Okay, we didn't see a single birch. So I think I try south here. I think I do. Which is it just concerns me. Why is it so hilly like this? We have to be deep south, but then it doesn't feel deep south, you know? I mean, it's really on 5.5 times damage. The game ends here, guys, so it really is worth searching. And these ones, what do these trees look like? Like, I know I'm taking my sweet time here, but surely we can at least see one birch to confirm me. Yeah, are those white stumps or are they something else? I don't make it out. What are those things? What are those things? Is it like wind turbines or something? Surely they don't have those in Russia. He guesses. Those are birches. What are they, bro? What are they, bro? What are those trees? They're birches. I want to say so. I want to say this is... I thought the whole time that this is like up here somewhere. Ulyanovsk or something like that. We're trying here. Okay, wow, do we survive there? What? I clicked there. Did I not click there? Ulyanovsk, that's what I said. No. What? Dude, this internet. Oh my gosh. What? Up here somewhere. Ulyanovsk or something like that. We're trying here. Okay. What just happened, bro? That's exactly where we clicked, is it not? At least I said Ulyanovsk. I did not mean to go Ufa, bro. Dude, that's where I clicked. We could have won right there. We literally could have, well, you wouldn't have won, but, you know. Oh my gosh. Okay, guys. Thanks very much for watching the video all the way to the end. Bit of an exciting game to end it off there. GG's to our opponent. Oh my gosh. I clicked early, did I not? Anyway, thanks for watching, and goodbye.